Witam bardzo serdecznie i oczywiście od razu wracamy do gry. Skalcy z ratajów.
Ratai. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
Powiem coś o weselu.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Nobody's talking about nothing else.
To wesele, od razu się dowiemy.
is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truscovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathouse wench.
Czy pan von Bergów będzie na weselu?
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samine is his vassal.
Kim
Who
jest
is
Semin?
this Semine?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samine. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Samine is the head of the family. And his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Gdzie będzie się to wesele?
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samine, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Czy ja mógł wziąć udział w tym
Can I
weselu?
get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
Trzeba zrobić zaproszenie.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Co do wesela, co może nam
Is
już
that all you
powiedzieć?
know about the wedding?
What else is there to know? I'm just looking forward
O,
to being a guest
zaproszona.
and having someone serve me for a change.
O, jak się tu
What's
żyje.
life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
I've heard things all right.
Well then, be careful.
Jedna gospoda w
Is
okolicy.
this the only tavern here?
In Truscovitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
Jest
Where's the
zaproszenie.
pantry?
Second door inside the tavern. You can't miss it.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that.
Postaramy
What can I
się.
get for you?
Która została zapisana.
Hallo, Tränkwert. Ich habe Hunger.
Dobra, najpierw porozmawiamy
Talk
z
to that
Ptaszkiem,
woman from the pond.
I noticed.
a potem porozmawiamy z
Didn't
tym
look like
kowalem.
she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Berghoff is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down, let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semine, a nobleman, is marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's the talk of the region. It's invitation only, of course. But maybe we could wangle our way in somehow.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like von Berghoff will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
Coś
I'll
wymyślę.
come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll
Jakby
ask
miejsko
the
robił te
locals.
zaoszczenie.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper,
I noticed that too.
and we can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Po prostu to co robię? Masz pojęcie jak ty wyglądasz? Nikt cię nie rozpozna. Tylko będzie po wszystkim.
Come on. Nobody will recognize you.
Maybe not now, but what about later? People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar. As if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Oh!
Każdy musi pracować, ale jest rozpieszczony. Musimy spróbować.
We're not in any position to pick and choose. So if you want to somehow scrape your way out of this mess, you better forget your airs and graces and make some effort. A bit of honest work won't kill you.
Henry, haven't
Ej,
you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast, it's
reputacja mi
God's
spadło.
law.
Najgorzej.
Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
gdzie ja w tym jestem? Nauczyłeś się szlachta, nauczyłeś się feudalizm, nauczyłeś się coś tam. System społeczeństwa, rolnictwo. Sam będą się, kto cudzy nie odpadł ci język, nie potrzebują tutaj wojownika. Gdzie ja w tym jestem?
Which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labour, it wouldn't be such an offence against divine order as in my case. Pure blood, noble status and that. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Dobra.
I'm going then. But you could give me a hand. It wouldn't do you any harm.
Ah, stop whining. You can manage. Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? Well, giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog.
Oh.
As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice.
Super, to też mieliśmy zrobić właśnie.
If you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry, such is my
Nie,
nature.
nie wyczuł sarkazmu. Ten w rogu.
What? What did I do to you?
Kowal. Mamy z
Greetings
kowalem.
to you.
Likewise, lad.
I haven't seen you here before. Where are you from?
Uciekłem ze skalicy, jest posłańcem z Rotajów.
We're messengers from Ratai, here to deliver a letter to Lord von Berghoff in the name of Sir Radzika Kobyły of Dworitz and Sir Hanish of Lipa.
Hear that, Crazel? A messenger, he says. Looks more like a scarecrow to me.
Trochę tak, w tym
He's a
stanie.
lame liar, all right. But he knows how to spin a good yarn. You can't deny him that.
I'm not lying. We're messengers. But everything got out of hand somehow.
Well, whether you're lying or not, no one will believe a word you say in them rags. What do they call you, lad?
Henry.
I'm Henry.
So, Henry, What was it you were after?
Since you've joined us,
Ktoś o weselu.
I heard there's going to be a big wedding in these parts. What do you know about it?
that's right. A big affair in Samine.
Everyone wants to go.
And anyone who's not invited is trying to worm their way in somehow. Not me, though. I couldn't give a toss.
Because you weren't invited, eh?
Of course I was invited. But what do I care about young Samine and the bailiff's lass? We're all just playthings in God's hands. One day, our earthly bonds will vanish in time, like smoke.
Trying to sound clever again, are you, Crazel?
All I'm saying is that these petty affairs of men leave me cold.
Sod that. It's going to be big. Even Lord von Burgo himself is going to be at the wedding. And he hardly ever shows his face in public.
Ktoś niezaproszony może wziąć udział w weselu? Jak wziąć udział w tym
So,
weselu?
how can I get to the wedding?
The best thing would be to find a job that'll be needed there.
Aye. There's always lots of hands needed at a wedding. As the hours pass and the guests raise their goblets, they'll lower their guard.
Dobra, można dostać się do bumberków.
Could someone get to the wedding without an invitation?
Someone? You mean? Forget it, looking like that.
Well, I think it might be possible, using certain methods. Play of light and shadow, a cloak as black as night.
What are you going on about? More Miller's witchery?
Kradanie się.
All right. I won't say another word.
Trzeba będzie z nim
Semi's bound
porozmawiać.
to keep a damn close eye on his big day. So you won't get in without an invitation.
Szukam pracy.
Looking for work.
And what can you do?
I can do a lot of things. But mainly, I'm a blacksmith.
Bugger me. A blacksmith, you say? That makes two of us. And my apprentices have just vanished along with my goods, the bastards. When I'm swamped with work. If you're not talking shit and you can wield a hammer, we'll shake on it. And if you prove your worth, I'll even take you to that wedding.
Why would you work
to
at
jest
a
dobry pomysł.
forge? Come and work for me at the mill. It's a cleaner job and easier. And I can get you to that wedding too.
Leave it out, you rogue. I asked him first.
Wolę kuźnię, wolę młyn, przemyślę to, wolę
My
kuźnię.
own pa was a blacksmith, so I spent my whole childhood at the forge. I know how to handle a hammer and bellows.
No może nam być łatwiej
Bugger
przez to.
me. That's a lot more than the last lot I had. Whenever you're passing by that way, drop into my forge in Takhov and ask for Radovan. That's me.
Co do wesela, co do pracy.
About that job,
I look forward to seeing you at the...
I haven't been here before, and I'd like to learn something about this region.
What's there to say? It's not a bad place to live.
It's usually peaceful, thank God. I don't like too much excitement.
You've got good reason to hide, I reckon.
That's enough of your mudslinging. It's actually good to live in an estate where the Lord's away most of the time.
That's true. Just a couple of villages, rocks, fields, not even a church worth the name, in fact. That's despite Otto van Burgo being one of the kingdom's most powerful nobles. The darkest place is under the candlestick, as they say.
When his lordship isn't in these parts, his chamberlain stands in for him. Ulrich von Schomberg's his name.
I saw him on the gate tower when he sent us packing like beggars.
Aye, he's a right haughty bastard. On the other hand, he can be negotiated with.
If you can get to him.
Co do
So it's
Torsk.
peaceful here. Is that all?
Aye. Except there's more trade right now because of the wedding.
But we'll be back to our old ways in a month from now. Thank God.
Odejdź.
I've got to be going.
Wait, there's something else I want to ask. Out with the truth. You ain't no messengers.
We really are. We didn't look like this when we left Ratai. We set up camp down by the pond, and in the evening we were attacked by bandits. They slaughtered our men. It was only through luck that we saved our skins. We lost everything, even the letter. So they wouldn't let us into the castle.
Can't say I'm surprised. I'd send you packing myself. But it's true, there's bandits marauding in these parts. They're getting bolder and bolder. Even attacked a patrol from the castle recently.
Aye, these are evil times. Nothing ever happened like that in King Charles's day.
Farewell then, Henry.
Farewell.
Bogiem panowie, wiem, że gra może wam się wydawać nieco nudna, z racji, że jest tyle opowiadania, ale no jest to, jakby nie patrzeć, część gry. Już mamy tutaj jakieś misje poboczne. Ciekawe miejsca. Z lwem w herbie. Pskowice. Papa.
Where is that bloody innkeeper?
O, może z nim
The
porozmawiać?
innkeeper told me we should move the sacks.
So what are you waiting for? I'm bored to death already. I'll move each
No nic, no to idziemy.
Place by the Żerówka Street.
Musimy iść do środka i w środku jest drugie przejście. Znaczy drugie drzwi. Workowi to wy. Tutaj? To na pewno nie. To będzie tu. Nie tu? Tutaj. Tu już widzę. Odłóż worek. Jeszcze 4. Średnie, nie mamy wytrychów. Żeby nawet spróbować. A co jest wyżej? Możemy tu powęszyć. Łamanie trudne. Możemy tylko usiąść. O! Remedium. Zwiniemy sobie. Bardzo łatwe. To możemy być. To zostawimy, bo nakromili nas, nie ma co za bardzo okradać, co? Ej, to jest szybsze wejście. Ale zaraz. Jak my sobie wyszliśmy tego? Normalnie. Dobra. Myślę, że to jakieś szybsze wejście jest, ale chyba jednak nie. Bierzmy to. A ma to się jakoś szybciej? Rzuć worek. Fajnie, bo tu jeszcze sobie opowiadają w tle. Świetnie co zrobione, te modele AI mają to do siebie, że kurczę, no jakby to wszystko żyje, nie? Bardzo mi się podoba to, że zaimplementowane to jest. Dobra, jeszcze 3.
It happens. Just watch where you go.
No patrzę, gdzie idę. Kolejny worek.
It was the same bandits who attacked Lord von Bergov's men. Why the fuck doesn't anyone believe us?
O tym opowiada. To prawda, nie potrafimy tego udowodnić. To jest najgorsze. No, ale wracając jeszcze do tego, że może to nie jest zbyt ciekawe póki co, ale spokojnie to się tak pomału rozkręca. Dużo jest bardzo dużo jest dialogów w tej grze. Tak jakby nie przeskoczysz, ale ma to do siebie, że wszystko co powiesz ma konsekwencje.
It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
O kurde,
Where
będą
else were
kłopoty.
they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
Nic nie mów, uspokójcie się, nie obrażaj naszych martwych towarzyszy, jesteś głupcem, uspokójcie się.
Calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize
O
right
kurde.
now. And invite
I
me to that
zaprosisz mnie na
wedding.
wesele.
Did you hear what that lying nobody wants?
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. La, 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 la. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology then. It looks like I'm going to
Oho,
have to
chyba
teach
czeka
you
nas
a
walka
lesson.
w takim razie.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Nic nie mów, przestańcie. Przeproś pana Ptaszka, przestańcie.
That's enough. Cut it out, both of you.
Mind your own business. Take your ragamuffin friend and get the fuck out of our village.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get
Trzeba
ready
to
to pick
jakoś
up your
pokojowo
broken
rozwiązać.
teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Zaczyna się. O kurde, ale sierp. Ale stoi. Oho, zaczęło się.
Why did you do that?
O, mamy go.
Now we'll have you, you scum. You're not my friend.
Dawaj mu, lewy, prawy, lewy i prawy. Trochę odejść. O kurde, jest ich więcej.
I need a hand here.
Prawy, lewy i znowu prawy.
Take that fucker out, damn it.
Po kolei, po kolei. O kurde.
I'm all yours.
O kurde, prawy. Dobra, dobra. Nie mam staminy. No dajcie spokój, ilu ich jest? Z 1 na 4.
Your stuff.
Nie jego.
Take that fucker out. Damn it. Hey.
Do tyłu, do tyłu, do tyłu. Dobra, dobra.
Oh, rip your ass you want to try me?
Dobra. Ale dostaliśmy w jeb. Za dużo ich było. Ale na początku walka była wyrównana. Myślałem, że to jesteśmy w stanie to wygrać. O kurde. I cyk w dyby.
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You
Ale
behave
zostali
like
w
a
dyby.
spoiled brat. How dare you speak? You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship. You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess. Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off.
Shut up! Oh, you'll get a whipping too.
Ale karę dali. Wróciłem nas z gniewem jedzeniem.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
Skonfiskowano na to remedium. Mam odrobinę rozumu, wybacz, że to twoja wina.
I'm fed up with pulling you out of the shit all the time.
O, nie chciałem tego wybrać, tylko nie miałem mało czasu.
And who dragged you through the woods at night, eh? Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
Wina na mnie, kto zaczął kłótnię? Ja się tylko broniłem.
I was just defending you. Should I have let that fop beat you senseless?
I only wanted him to apologize. I'd expect my right-hand man to argue my case a bit better.
What do you think I was trying to do? You should have listened to me and calmed down.
And let him insult me. Fat chance. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
A ty wiesz wszystko, co? Jesteś uprzyszczony bachorem? Stajemy się
Hey,
kłócić.
let's just stop all this arguing. It'll just make things worse.
Fuck you. I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking
Ty mnie?
useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Nic nie mów, wyzywaj. Pojednaj się.
That's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well,
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I have to consider what to do next.
No, teraz mam czas, jakby nie patrzeć w dybach. Dobra, wolni nas. Chłopie. Ale myśli. Następnego ranka. O kurde. Ciężka noc to musiała być. I zimna. I te muchy.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Dobra, wypuść nas. Chłopie. Oho, pojechał.
Otto.
Ale go szybko ciszył. A już matka daje co muzyka.
Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Zostawił nas.
If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
Najgorsze to, że jesteśmy jeszcze obici. I jeszcze nam skonfiskowali to, co ukradliśmy. To remedium. Najgorzej. Ale kto wiedział? Kto wiedział? Dobra, i co dalej? Zbrodnia i reputacja. Kiedy twoje działania niesie ze sobą pewne konsekwencje. Każde twoje działanie. Dobra, jeśli popełniasz zbrodnie, otaczający cię świat i ludzie zareagują na nie. Czym jest przestępstwo? Wszystko, czego powinieneś unikać dobrych chrześcijan, powinien unikać dobrych chrześcijan. Uznawane za zbrodnie. Nie można zabijać niewinnych, kraść, włamywać się do cudzych domów, krzywdzić ludzi, ani zwierząt domowych. A także zakłócać ich spokojnego życia. Konsekwencja przestępstwa. Jeśli ktoś przyłapie cię na popełnionym przestępstwie, zgłosi to strażnikom albo skonfrontuje się z tobą sam. Nie jesteś bezpieczny nawet jak nikt nie przyłapie cię na gorącym uczynku. Ludzie nie są głupi i mogą wydedukować, że to ty popełniłeś występek. Wraz z temat twojej reputacji znajdziesz w karcie gracza P. Wkładce reputacja. Reputacja wpływa na to, jak traktują cię inni ludzie. Jeśli ktoś cię lubi, powita cię serdecznie, a handlarze zaproponują zniżkę. Z kolei jeśli inni będą cię nienawidzieć, mogą chcieć cię nawet nie będą chcieć nawet ze sobą rozmawiać. Możesz poprawić swoją reputację poprzez wykonywanie zadań, stracisz ją, jeśli będziesz popełniać przestępstwa i zachowując się nieuczciwie. Twoje zachowania dostrzegają inni, więc jeśli komuś pomożesz lub zranisz jakąś osobę, ludzie w okolicy wkrótce się o tym dowiedzą. Najgorzej. Poprawa reputacji. Tą reputację zawsze można poprawić płacąc za odpust, bądź dzięki pielgrzymce pokutnej, którą może zlecić ksiądz. O, ciekawe. Niepokój. Jeśli w danej okolicy dochodzi do wielu przestępstw, ludzie zaczynają się bardziej czujni, uzbrajają się, a straże wezwą posiłki. Kiedy sytuacja się uspokoi, wszystko wróci do normy. Ciekawe. Dobra, póki co dziękuję wam bardzo za oglądanie i żegnam do następnego odcinka. Cześć.